Hi everybody, this is Shane R. Monroe, and today we're going to take a very quick look at Balatro. This is a, quote, roguelike, which means you play until you die and then you start over again. It is a roguelike card, it's sort of a deck builder, but not in the traditional sense, which is probably why I like it. So I am not a deck builder kind of guy. I don't think that Slay the Spire is the greatest game of all time, but I am always interested in poker mechanics, which this game has a lot of. Now, I'm going to do my best to keep this very short and very sweet because it's very easy to get off the rails when talking about a game like this. So I'm just going to play a game and talk you through it as we go to give you a pretty good idea of what's going on. So essentially, you have runs, right? Just like any other rogue-like game, you have a run where eventually you're going to die and lose. But things like opening up new decks, for example, could be something that you would gain as you play. So there's progression as you go, even though you die at the end, or lose at the end, I should say. So you can have one extra hand per round or one extra discard based on I've unlocked these packs. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with the extra discard because I'm a discarding kind of guy. Let's just go ahead and play. All right, so this screen looks very, very busy, and it kind of is. So each run, you go through 3 different opponents, and then you start over with 3 more opponents. So you have a small blind, a big blind, and then like a boss or the last guy. Each one of these requires a score slightly higher than the last one in order to beat them. And it's all based on points, or in this case, they call them chips. I call them points. And these points are scored by playing hands, using discards to get the best hands possible to play, earning cash that you can buy modifiers to make your hands better. That's pretty much all you got to know. There's a core score value for each type of poker hand that you play, and then some sort of a multiplier. This is where the game gets really, really interesting. So let's just go ahead and get started. This will make a lot more sense as you see me chew through this. So right now, up here I have no jokers and I have no tarot cards. So there are no modifiers in play. Every card is worth a certain point value based on it. This should be no surprise. A 2 is worth 2, a 10 is worth 10, face cards are worth 10, aces are worth 11. And these chip values is what you're trying to beat that 300 score with. Now, poker usually requires 5 hands or 5 cards per hand. In this case, you don't have to have 5 cards per hand. You can play any valid poker set that you want. A pair, 3 of a kind, a full house, for example, right? So I could play a full house. Now, you can play up to 5 cards, but you don't have to play all 5 cards. And for some reason, I just wanted to play a 3 of a kind, I could do that. That would be silly to do in this case, but you could do that. You can also play cards as part of your hand that don't matter. So in other words, if I were to play these 5 cards, the only 3 cards that would get me any score at all are these 3 because they fit a poker hand, right? If I were, on the other hand, to play this, all 5 cards would be counted because they're all part of a full house. So in this case, this is, of course, probably the best thing that I could do right now. So we're going to play the hand. And since I have no modifiers, they're all worth exactly face value, 10, 10, 2, 2. But the hand had a 4 times multiplier because it was a full house. The full house got me a 4 times multiplier just by nature of it being a full house. So let's take a look at what if I were to play a pair, right? So 2 9s, that'd be 18. You can see the pair has a multiplier value of 2. So I get 20 for playing these 2 cards. Plus, or twice plus the face cards value. But see, I'm not gonna do that. I would much rather play 2 pair, right? And then let's say that I just wanted to throw away one of these cards for whatever reason. I don't want the 10. I don't know why you'd want that, but whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the hand. The 10 is ignored. The only 4 points I score are here from these 4 cards because there are 2 pairs. And as you can see, I scored 92. I've beat the 300 threshold. Game is over. I did it in 2 hands, so I get some bonus cash. So I scored at least 300. That made me $3. My 2 remaining hands are at $1 each, got me 2. I have a $5 cash out. So what do you do with the cash out? after each opponent, you have an opportunity to hit the shop. The shop will let you buy Joker cards, vouchers, which are sort of one-time use sort of things, and then you have these like blister packs. And I'm trying to see if I really want to get into blister packs or not. Yeah, let's skip that for now. Let's just work with Jokers. So Jokers, you can have up to 5 in play. These are passive skills. Think of these like, +1 strength gauntlets, right? You don't have to call upon them. They just work. So this gets you 0.25 multiplier per playing card added to your deck. What about this one? 40 chips for each remaining discard. Let's try that one out. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that. You can see I have $9, so that's about all I'm going to buy. And then we move on to the next round. Now you can skip these blinds, and the tutorial will tell you why you might want to do that, but we're just going to play because we need these lower enemies to help us out. All right, so here, obviously, I've got a full house right off the bat. Now, what is this Joker going to do? 40 chips for any remaining discard. Okay, well, let's see what we got. So all of them are good for points, and because it's a full house, I got my multiplier. Look at that. Plus, I got 40 chips for every, so 160 just from discards. That's great. I already beat the guy. It was one hand. By the way, there are some enemies that you have to beat with one hand. So now I cash out my 7. What do I got here? Straights are worth +2 multipliers and 30 chips. 1 in 2 chance to create a tarot card booster when a booster pack is open. Rerolls cost $2 less, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's open one of these packs. So I get to choose 2. So these are some cards from my hand, and I get to monkey with them using these tarot cards. Convert up to 3 selected cards to clubs. That would improve my odds of getting a flush. $3 if this card is held in hand at the end of the round. Enhances 1 selected card into a gold card. Creates 2 random tarot cards. Creates up to 2 random planet cards. Right, these are up here too. Enhances 1 card into a steel card. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to enhance 1 card into a steel card. That becomes a higher multiplier, right? 11 chips, 1.5 multiplier while this card stays in your hand. That's cool, right? And then I get to choose another one, so I get to do this twice. So let's convert 3 cards into clubs. Let's get rid of... Let's go ahead, because these are higher point cards, right? Let's make all of these into clubs. Perfect. Then they go back into my hand, or back into my deck. Now I'm ready to continue playing. So there is a little bit of deck building, but not, again, like I said, it's not like your traditional deck building, which is great for me. So I can go ahead and buy this, or I could use it. I could level up my straight. Let's not. Let's just keep going. I'm gonna palm my cash. I think I'm gonna need it. So we head to the next guy. So this is the last of the guy. Now, all heart cards are debuffed with this opponent. That sucks, right? So even I can play these cards and they can be part of the system. I just won't get any points for them. So this is a good time to talk more about discards. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to keep the 7. Well, I should probably keep both of them because there's pairs in there. But you know what? I'm going to go for the gusto here. I'm going to ditch all 5 of these cards and discard them. Okay, so now I've got 3 discards. Remember, I'm going to lose some chips for this. But, oh my God, I did no better. No better at all. I'm going to go ahead and do 1 more discard because I'm going to see if I can get another club here. And I did, so I've got a flush. So 5 of the same suit. Okay? And play. And I'll get my bonus from my discards at the end. I beat the guy with 1 hand, but, I felt I could have done better with that. Okay. So we beat him, we get our cash out, we get our bag. This is the game loop, right? You play him, you beat him, you buy, you go on, right? So let's see what we got here. $3 for each discard. Card at 8. Rank, what else we got here? Converts up to 3 selected cards to clubs. Yeah, I'll buy that. And I'll use that when I want it, right? When I'm using it for a hand. And I got $8 left. Ooh, Joker cards. I'll go with that. Let's open that blister pack up. And I get to choose one of these jokers. Earn an extra $1 of interest for every 5 you have at the end of the round. 150 chips, 4 of a kind. Yeah, I don't get 4 of a kinds very often, but if I do, that'd be great. All right, let's move on. See, now we're back to another 3. Small, big, and the boss. -1 hand size. So I'm going to lose 1 hand when I get there. So instead of having 4 hands, I'll have 3. And I have to make 1,600. There you go. That's how you kind of look ahead and decide what you're going to have to do, earn, or perform during these first guys. Okay. So, I've got at least 2 pair with an ace high. Unfortunately, the ace isn't going to help me. Let's go ahead and ditch these. I'm going to keep the ace just in case. There's that full house I was looking for. So let's go ahead and grab that. All cards are worthwhile there. And I've got 3 discards. So I get my 120 bonus. Look at that. Fire! And I already kicked the guy's ass. Yeah, I've been playing this for a little while. So, you know, I've kind of got the feeling of what it takes to kick the guy's ass. So we're in good shape. Cash out 6. We're ready to move along. So you see, okay, so you got the idea here. Played face cards +4. I love it. That's something I would definitely use. Convert 3 cards to clubs. This was convert 3 cards to clubs. Okay. Yeah, I'll take both of those. That's a flush waiting to happen. All right, let's go again. We're almost done here. I mean, this is the loop. This is all you really need to know whether or not this sounds appealing to you. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the same bit that we did last time. We're going to try to get ourselves that full house. And we didn't get it. Let's go one more shot at it. Don't forget, my discards are costing me cash. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's do something different. Let's go with 2 pair. And I'm going to ditch one of these cards as part of the deal. I'm going to get rid of the 2. That'll save me from using a discard. And I get rid of one of the ones I didn't want. Plus, I get that sweet face card multiplier, right? Yeah, no brainer. Bang, right out of the gate. Kick this butt. Now, I do have the next guy to deal with, which is going to cost me because I lose a hand, right? Let's cash out with 7. Maybe I can get a good joker here. Nope, no joker for me. Standard packs, add playing cards to your deck. Nope, we're just going to go. I still got these 2 guys to hook me up with that sweet flush if I can pull it off. All right, here we go. Less 1 hand size. Okay, what do we got? We've got, well, I think it's time to tap one of these. Let's change them to clubs. Bloop, bloop. Convert to clubs. Use it. Excellent. All right, so now I've got my flush, and I can use these high-value face cards. Unfortunately, I have to use the 9 with it, but that's okay. Let's see how we do. All cards are counted. Sweet multiplier for face cards. Didn't stand a chance. So you get the idea. And so there's a lot of random elements. After all, it is a card game that you're pulling from a deck. There's a randomization of how you get your jokers, what's available, and how you can use them. And there, obviously, you can see there is some skill involved here with understanding poker, its rules, and how to best leverage these things. Again, what you pull in these blister packs can be randomized, so it's not a 100% game of skill. But if you know your way around poker, I think you'll be just fine. Anyway, this is, in my opinion, one of the better games that has come out recently. It's totally worth its $1 million sales. This is a lot of fun. It plays great on the Steam Deck. It is, it's highly recommended, especially at $15. You're not going to do much better than that. All right, listen, I'm Shane R. Monroe. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. You guys know what to do. And we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.